I've been told that you were born again, basically, 3 or 4 months ago, that you found a place where, and I'd like you to explain this to me, the toad. I'd like you to explain the toad to me.
Do you understand the toad?
Is it like ayahuasca?
No, it takes you to another level. Ayahuasca is nothing compared to this.
Is it called DMT?
Yes. The toad, and it's in the Sonora Desert and has a venom in it. And you smoke it. Once I tried it, boom! Everything is went so fast. And when I fell out, the only thing I was conscious about, I was out. My brain was still functioning, my thoughts, I could still talk to myself, I could hear my mind, and I was saying, I fucked up. And I killed myself.
Because you killed the ego?
Yeah, I'm dying. It was just really mind-blowing.
Spiritual in nature, though, right?
Yeah,
like you're just...
Yeah, really, my whole life totally changed. It sounds like a movie script, but it's really the real deal.
At that moment, you're talking about like you come to and you are altered. You are altered and it stayed.
I don't know. I wake up, I'm happy, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I think, what the
really
happened? Yeah.
Really?
I had no idea.
So sex, cocaine, championship belt, those weren't happiness?
Nothing, no. It lasts forever, but it was only 15 minutes. But it felt like hours. And it was frightening.
Because of that ego thing, because you realize you're small all of a sudden.
Yeah, once I realized that I'm nothing, I realized all my fancy clothes, my big clothes.
Can you explain to me why it makes you emotional just talking about it? Because I imagine the reason it makes you emotional is because for 4 decades you've been trying to find happy, man.
Well, you know, when you think you know everything and then you realize you don't know anything, that's a big awakening. You can call it growth or you can call it divine intervention.
You do realize you're talking about the toad like someone would talk about God, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's God. I'm not going to put nothing in the same breath as God.
Can you explain how it changed you?
It was just the death of your ego. Now when your ego died, I felt so naked and afraid at that particular time because that's all I really had when you really think about it was my ego.
That's interesting because your ego served you too, or in some of the ways other people would measure success.
Oh, no doubt, 100%. It made me that guy that I really wasn't interested in as I got older, but that made me a very special and famous person.
What can you tell me about how that ego was formed?
Well, it all started with Customano. I never knew what an ego was until he expressed to me what an ego was and how successful, the most successful people have the biggest egos.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
And I just believed what he told me. You know what I mean? And everything he told me was right. Everything he told me gave me success and gave me all the power that I thought I ever wanted.
Did Cuss give you any of the tools to shut off the ego?
No. Why would he do that? The only thing that I had was my ego.
Is that the first time you felt sort of love and safety?
100%, yeah.
I can say honestly, I have a very deep affection for him, I do. And he gives me the motivation. I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. Because I will not leave until that happens.
He was my right-hand man from the beginning till he died. I didn't want to let Cuss down. He's the only guy that believed in me.
The only guy. When you look back at his love and that discipline, have you had another love like that in your life that felt like that? Because that was the first time you felt cared for.
I love Cuss as a father, but Cuss is really like a general. And you have to listen to the general. You have to believe everything.
You were a soldier.
You have to believe everything the generals say is right. Can't second guess it.
But do you now look back and be like, I could have gotten a little more compassion here?
I wouldn't have the relationships with my children that I had with Cuss. No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm so happy that I did have a relationship like that with him. I wouldn't want it to change any other way.
Was there any joy in your childhood?
I like him, joy when I made Customano happy.
So that was it. That's what love felt like, succeeding for him.
Happy, yeah.
Making him happy, accomplishing, feeding your ego, and then your ego becomes a monster.
Yeah, big time.
And did you realize that your ego was a problem as you were climbing up?
No, my ego gave me everything I wanted. How could that be a monster?
What was that like, to be the youngest heavyweight champion? Did you get to enjoy it, or was it just pressure, leeches, trust problems, betrayal, that everything that came with money and success after that?
Yeah, but I thought that's what it was. I was groomed to be Goliath. I wasn't groomed to be David. Even though I was small, I was the David guy because I'm smaller than everybody. But I was groomed to be Goliath because I'm so insecure. I was a monster because that's all I really knew. And that's all I wanted to be because I was the most successful fighter. But the way I was promoted, I'm Goliath, I'm a killer. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for me.
But you pretended that you liked the hatred. For example, when I see that Lennox Lewis press conference, I see someone that everyone is scared of. When I thought you were a guy seeking love. But I see a dude up there who's also scared, that you were a little scared of all the craziness going on in your life.
My whole image succeeded because of my fears. You know what I mean? Of not succeeding. I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to go back to Brownsville. Poverty-stricken, drug-infested, gang-infested neighborhood that God don't care about.
The devil on my shoulder, in my ear, talking fast like this ain't finna work. Good look at your past, but failure's not an option. That fear never affected. My name is my name, and I'm here to protect it.
I come from this place, and I find out that the more you hurt people, the more people love you. Going through all that pain, I was the most successful fighter in history. You can't hurt them, that's not enough. You gotta do bad things to them. So up under that auspices, that's really what love is. If I could do that at a level that's never been done before, hurt people, the world would love me. This became fact in my life.
But Mike, you know that's not real.
Even though it was fake love, it was still love.
Did you feel human around the adulation?
No, they treat me like a god. I think they treat me like a human being.
When did you get to a point where you were like, I don't love that guy, this guy that I've always been trying to be,
well,
that's not who I want to be?
You could dislike this guy for a long period of time in your life, but this guy is making you money. This guy is feeding you. This guy got you laid. Nobody's gonna ever you're not gonna ever have a date without this guy. Never have money or a house without this guy. And that was the guy.
Man, but you didn't like him.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, but no. He seemed to like me because I got a lot of rewards. And that's really true.
But we're empty.
Yeah, well, that didn't really matter back then. You know what I mean? We deal with that when the time comes.
Did you have any idea how much pain you were in while you were in the pain? And I'm not just talking about physical pain. I'm talking about emotional pain.
You have to understand, the worst I ever felt in my life was the most successful I've ever been. Why do I want to get rid of him? Just tell me. I don't know.
Because he doesn't make you happy.
No, but tell me enough. That, man, this guy's giving me everything I want. I don't want to hear that. Who cares about happiness? I'm from Brownsville, remember? What do I know about happiness? What do I know? Come on. How am I going to get it? Look at this. It's great. You're crazy.
You see it pretty clearly in retrospect that this guy would have handled that guy a lot differently.
Well, that's retrospect. That guy had to live his life in order for this guy to be discovered, in order for me to ever take the toad or whatever it came to be and stuff.
Did the toad kill that guy, or was he killed at some point before that because you were trying to kill him?
The toad vanquished him. He just knocked him out of the box that day.
Mike, it sounds like for 4 decades you've been trying to quiet your mind.
Hey, listen, man, there's a lot going on up there. I'm evaluating a lot of stuff.